Hello, here we are outside the IKEA Superstore in Red Hook, Brooklyn, and there's my Royal Enfield 2010 Bullet 500, and we are going to get on it and take a trip down around the tip of Red Hook, up Brunt St, and through the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel back into Manhattan. So let me get on the bike, roll it back out of the space. And we'll start it up and get going. It's about noon on a Sunday morning in January, but we've had beautiful weather. It's in the 50s today, so it's a comfortable riding day. I'm bundled up, a little too bundled up, but better too bundled up than not enough. Thanks for the light, and here we go. This neighborhood, Red Hook, took a lot of damage during Hurricane Sandy. Part of why these roads are so torn up. I assume that this whole zone got flooded because we're very low lying here. What I'm looking for is flood lines, water lines on the buildings. We may be just a little high right here, but I'm going to actually take a left before we head up and go down to the Van Brunt warehouse where the Fairway grocery store is. That was completely wrecked by flooding. I'm wondering if we can see, I know they're getting ready to reopen, I'm wondering if we can see evidence of flood damage. Yeah, that's a water line there, about 2 feet up, which means their basements were all totally flooded. Although it looks like most of the worst of it has all been cleaned up by now. So we're heading north. This building here on the left, the ground floor, is the Fairway. Upstairs is very expensive condominiums that trendy people, actors and artists and so forth, who have made it, live in. This has been a port neighborhood forever. There's a beautiful old bike, a Honda 400. This neighborhood made it through gentrification most of the way and then got wrecked by the floodwaters. There aren't a lot of customers, but at least the stores themselves seem mostly to be reopened, which is nice. Schoolyard. Looked at an apartment for rent right within a block or two, and I decided not to take it at the time because it felt too remote. On transit, it's the P61 bus to downtown Brooklyn in order to get to Manhattan, and obviously people do it, but I wasn't really in the mood to commit to that. But now that I have a motorcycle, it wouldn't have been quite as much of an annoyance on most days. You can't ride in snow or heavy rain, but the reality of New York is that the weather is rarely so bad that you can't go out on a motorcycle, as evidenced by the fact that it's the middle of January and we're out in a 50-degree day. So we're heading up to the top of Brunt Street, not all the way up, most of the way up, where the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel comes in. I think what we're going to do is go beyond the tunnel and then circle around 270 degrees to the right. To the left, I can see a sign, you probably can't read it, is the cruise terminal where the cruise ships dock. You can see them from Lower Manhattan. I've always thought this is a pretty neat place to get off a cruise ship, but that's the way they do it. Alright, so this is Hamilton Avenue. I guess we go up a block or so and then circle around to the right. Yeah. Can we go right here? No. Yeah, we can't. This is one way. I am officially running a red light here. Slightly longer ride. Yeah, we're gonna go around because we're actually beyond the toll plaza here. Pull over here for just a second and get my Easy Pass out. I'm going to watch for fast traffic here on the frontage road of the Brooklyn Queens Expressway. Go. We'll see if it picks up my Easy Pass where it is. Probably will. If not, pull it out. Where does it pick it up? There we go. So we got it. We put the Easy Pass away and we ride on through. Lock that zipper just a bit so that nothing falls out. And we're fine. Heading into the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel, recently renamed for Governor Hugh Carey of New York. Overhead illumination up very high right near the end of the tunnel so that your eyes can adjust. Okay, we'll go through the city rather than around the underpass. Up to Trinity Pl, which will be on Church Street. Rector Street here. State land holdings. It's much a matter of good luck and being at the right place as it was anything else. Even in like the checkpoint, probably for commercial vehicles. The security is quite high down here in the area of the World Trade Center. There's Bugatti Park, able to occupy Wall Street. Activity happens. And here on the left, is the edge of the World Trade Center complex, known as Ground Zero by people who are overly dramatic, but we in New York just call it by its actual name. This is way too congested during the weekday to want to ride up this way, but on the weekend it's alright. It's all tourist traffic, all these people. You may miss this light cycle. There's a car with Maryland plates and tags in the back. Tourists. You tell they're tourists by the way they're driving, just way too slowly. I'm not going to pass the police van on the right. The police actually are quite respectful here in New York. They don't waste their time on long intersection, the corner of Broadway and Vesey and Park Row and Ann Street. Looks like we missed it. We're going to go straight across. That's Broadway. Building here, 20 stories or whatever it is, seems to have gone up in no time. Probably 6 months from dirt to almost finished. There near the Superman symbol is where the garage is when I parked. I'm taking the bike around. There's free space right there. It's Sunday and plenty of parking. This is my motorcycle. Watch out, this is bumpy here. It's rough on my wrists. I vacated earlier today is still here. It looks like it is. This is where I was parked overnight. So, thanks for riding, and see you next time.